In this video, we're covering sniffing. Sniffing is the process of capturing and analyzing packets of data as they traverse a network. In ethical hacking, sniffing allows you, the security professional, to identify vulnerabilities, capture credentials, and understand network behavior. This skill is extremely important for both offensive and defensive operations. There are two main types of sniffing that we're going to be covering, starting off with passive sniffing. In passive sniffing, the sniffer listens to all network on the traffic without interfering or injecting any data. This method is effective on hub-based networks where every packet is broadcasted to all connected devices. However, there are some limitations. Modern networks are typically switched, meaning data is sent only to the intended recipient. Therefore, passive sniffing in these environments is largely ineffective unless the network is misconfigured. The other one we have here is active sniffing. It involves injecting traffic into the network to force switches to broadcast packets. Techniques such as ARP or ARP poisoning or MAC flooding or MAC address flooding are common examples of this technique. If you're conducting ARP poisoning, the attacker sends spoofed ARP responses associating their MAC addresses with the IP address of the target gateway. Now, if you're doing a MAC attack or a MAC flooding, you're going to overwhelm a switch's CAM table with fake MAC addresses, causing the switch to operate in a hub-like mode where packets are broadcasted to all ports. Active sniffing is necessary if you're operating in a switched network environment to capture all the traffic that would otherwise be segmented to individual hosts. All right, so now here we have a really popular network auditing tool that I use all the time, not just for hacking, but for monitoring traffic coming in and out of my system. Wireshark. It's a graphical packet analyzer. It decodes network protocols, making it ideal for a deep dive analysis. TCP dump. It is really useful. And it's a command line tool that's used for capturing packets. Extremely useful if you're using it in automation or scripting. Or you just need something super quick and on the fly to capture packets. EtherCap. We're going to be using this a little bit later in one of our demonstrations. It is an extremely comprehensive and diverse suite used for conducting man-in-the-middle attacks, including ARP poisoning. BetterCap, many people think, is better than EtherCap. It is a modern command line based framework that supports ARP spoofing, DNS spoofing, and SSL stripping. Featured from our DNS Sniff suite is ARP Spoof. Its purpose is specifically designed for ARP poisoning, redirecting network traffic to the attacker, which could be you. For the demonstration I promised you, we are going to be using our home lab. This home lab is configured with OpenSense as the router. We have Windows 11, which is our victim machine. It'll be victim 1, configured to be a workstation. And then we're going to be using Kali Linux. In Kali Linux, we're going to launch Ettercap. And then we're going to set our host 1 and host 2, or victim 1, victim 2. The first one will be the victim Windows 11 machine. The second one will be our gateway, the OpenSense router. And then we're going to intercept the traffic for our man-in-the-middle attack. This man-in-the-middle attack will then capture our attempts to connect through SSH to our router. It'll also intercept and capture the attack or the traffic from our HTTPS to log into the actual router's web GUI. And we're going to visualize all this using Wireshark. For our more theoretical proof of concept, and so that you guys have the code available on our GitHub, we're going to demonstrate a Python script that's going to be used to conduct another sniffing attack through ARP poisoning. Sniffing, whether passive or active, is a foundational technique for ethical hacking and network security. It's important to understand both theoretical and the practical aspects of sniffing and their countermeasures to make you a better security professional.